Okay, sorry about that little earlier mix-up we had. Some of you guys jumped in right away, and I do appreciate you tuning in. I can't believe, the camera froze, locked up. I also do want to apologize about my hair. I've been needing a haircut, and it has just been getting out of control. So when it dries and gets all puffy on camera, and you're gonna see this happen like magic right before your eyes, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Jufro, right? All right, but again, sorry you guys about that little mix-up. So today I wanted to talk about things that you've seen or that you remember that maybe others don't. And one thing I want to tell about others that I remember that others don't is I maybe thought about like 90s kind of stuff. Is one morning when I was a kid, I got up. It was really early. Hey man, what's up, buddy? What's the J for? My name is Jeremy. I hate my first name. But so I got up early on a Saturday morning or something like that, and I turned on the TV, and there was this, season premiere of this new show that was coming out. And I watched it. I was watching a little bit of it, and then my mom woke up, and she's like, "Oh, what do you got on there?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's some TV show." And I was explaining to her what was going on. She only missed about 10 or 15 minutes, and they were doing like an hour special, maybe a 2-hour special. I don't remember exact how long it was, but my mom chilled out, and this was very rare for me and my mom to watch TV like that together, especially something kind of sci-fi like this. And that's pretty good. Actually really enjoyed it. And then my mom was like, do you remember the name of it? And I was like, yeah, Island City. What are you guys doing up so late? Yeah, Jay's fine, G-Bomb, Jew, Green, Greenie, Green Bean. I've heard it all. I just don't like my first name. My mom watched a TV show when I was a kid called Here Come the Brides, and there was apparently an actor on the show, and the character's name was Jeremy. And he had a brother in the show, Josh, and that's how my brother was named. So Joshua and Jeremy. But stupidest reasons ever. Yeah, man, of course. Let's give a big shout out to Brad. Congratulations, Brad, on hitting 2,000 subscribers. Wow, what a milestone. Guys, I'll be there someday myself. I'm sure I will, but I'm in no rush. But we're happy for his success and all the great stuff he's doing over at his channel. If you don't know who that's Brad is, make sure you go check out his stuff. That's Brad, spelled just like it sounds. British mate, British guy, does some great magnet fishing stuff. And actually, I do want to let you guys know, my new magnet came in today. So, and I didn't get 100 feet of rope, I got 50. So there was an order messed up through Amazon. And yeah. excuse me. But it came in today. So we're going to go Tuesday to do some magnet fishing. And I'm going to go get that other magnet back. That's the first thing I'm going to go do. Is get that magnet back. And then we're going to one to it. Evie's gonna cast hers, and I'm gonna knock out mine. So very, very happy. And well, that's fine that you're up late, May. I'm glad you are. Thanks you guys for checking it out. I really didn't expect to get a whole lot of you. So we're talking. Anyway, that show I was talking about, though, it was a show called Island City. Hold on a second, just 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Something's annoying me. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. One, I need this. I need this. This I do need. I got that. I need this. This is what I was looking for. And it's been a bit of a crappy day, actually, too. But I'll get back into that show. But my AC at the house has a problem. So I'm having the guy come out to test what part it is. I know how to fix this kind of stuff, but I don't have the exact tools to understand. I think I know how it works, and I've narrowed it down to 2 parts, but I can't be for sure, so I'm gonna have a guy come out and he's gonna test it, tell me what part is bad, and then I'm gonna go buy the part and reinstall it myself. And then I'll have AC again. But because I'm cheap and I'm not gonna do it on a weekend because they charge more to come out on the weekends, so I'm gonna suffer through this weekend without AC. I got the fans going, doors open and stuff, so that's why if you hear some background noise, the fans going off. But, alright, so that show was called Island City. And what's up there, Eduardo? Man, I hope I'm saying your name right. Eduardo Regalado. Okay, hopefully I'm saying it right. Ready? 2 seconds, hold on. Behind my veil. Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. So that TV show, though. It's a TV show called Island City. Alright. Here's the thing. That's the only time it ever aired in America. Nobody has been able to find a copy of it. However, they did find a copy. And it's in German. Brad, I don't want any lip out of you on that part. And that's the only copy that exists that anyone can find today on Island City. It was a crazy show. People were like mutated and whatnot. Once they mutated, if they mutated bad, they were whatever. That was my veil of secrecy. I can't reveal what's behind the veil of secrecy. It would totally destroy everything that the veil is meant to be. So, now, my good sirs, what I want to know is, I saw something like that. Like I said, this show aired one time. There's like a cult following for it. It was actually a pretty interesting show, I thought at least. But, I was hoping you guys could tell me some stuff that maybe you've seen like that. And tell me about shows and stuff or something maybe that then we can talk and see if anybody else remembers it. So I'm asking you guys, do you remember Island City by any chance? Does anybody? It probably came out, okay, what year would that have been? 93 or 94, I would think. And that show came on. Butter, stop. Hold on, I'm still setting the channel up while we're talking here, while you guys... Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, man. Do you think ever that you've remembered more than you've forgotten, or forgotten more than you've ever remembered? I don't know, I do sometimes. I think, you gotta forgot it. You must have forgotten a ton of stuff. It was a USA show, or at least it aired, but it did air in Germany once. Now you can Google about it. Miller, we're talking about things that we remember from back in the day. Butter, come on, dog. If you don't stop, I'm gonna have to close the door. This is craziness, huh? And we were talking about this show I saw, and it's called Island City. It came on TV one time. You can, like I said, you can Google stuff about it, and you'll find information about it, and they have these crystals in their chest, and you get your shot, and you can turn green, blue, red, and you can only hook up with somebody who has the same color crystal as you. And this one dude, his mom was like attacked by a mutant, and when they shot him up, he was the super strong guy. He had a black crystal, and there was nobody else with a black crystal, so he got stuck. He could never be with anybody, but he was super freaking strong. Sega! So, yeah. Stuff like that. So, there was another TV show I remember when I was a kid. It was called James Bond Jr. It used to come on USA, I believe, back when it was like USA. Hold on. I tried to do it. My voice doesn't go that hey. If back in the day on the TV channel in America, USA, they used to have a segment called USA Up All Night, and they would play movies all night, and it was these old movies, but they were kind of like cheesy and cool, and that was a lot of fun. And then there was when TNT had Monster in a movie, and then there was TBS's Dinner in a movie. That shit was fun. Like, I used to love watching that kind of stuff. Ah. Confucius say, man who stand on toilet is high on pot. Hold on. I've got to duck back into my my veil of secrecy. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. I am a naughty boy. I've watched that part on Brad's video so many bloody times because it's absolutely hilarious. Did you see what Ariana Grande was doing, visiting all the people that were like at the hospital? And I'm like, you know, that's a nice thing that she did to do that, but you gotta realize that that was probably all just for publicity. And they're like, look, we gotta put a good spin on this, and we want it to be nice and interesting. So yeah, we gotta do this. And I think that's what happened. But yeah, so anywho, Scooby-Doo. Got the mustachery shirt on from A Million Ways to Die in the West. Why can't you, mate? You should. And you know what? You don't know what you wish you could partake in because you saw nothing. 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 I was behind the veil of secrecy. And you guys actually, I hope you guys feel very lucky because I'm only going to stay on here probably at least an hour-long broadcast tops because the hockey game is actually on right now. And Nashville, just up the road, the Predators are playing, and we need them to win. So yeah. But why can't you, Phil? Why can't you? You know, there's nothing that says you can't. Remember, illegal, it's just a sick bird. It's just a sick bird. Illegal. Sick bird. Illegal. Sick bird. Where's me bloody ashtray? Alright, we're going like this then. Oh yeah, we'll do this. I'll finish up the Coke bottle. What? It would kill you. How? That's impossible. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. I like the Family Guy episode where they're... Alright, so we're getting off topic about talking about things that we remember from yesteryear. Emphysema. Well, you don't have to smoke it, mate. You could always put it into a brownie or something along those lines, or even make a tea. And just use your cream. All you do is you take it and you put it into the cream for you're gonna put in your tea. And you heat it up on the stove. And, you know, just to be extra careful, make sure it's a heavy cream now. Put a little bit of butter, you know, a little slab of butter in there. And let it simmer on the stove. Add a little water to it. Let it simmer for about, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours. And make yourself a nice cup of tea and put a little bit in there. No big deal. Oh, and by the way, my lungs are fried. Yeah, my lungs are shot. dust storms in Iraq, breathing and all that crap in Afghanistan. I still have no idea what shots I was given. They say it was anthrax, smallpox, and God knows what other else. But I also showed up to basic training, and I'd have every shot the military had ever required because my whole life I was raised in the military. So, yeah, I got probably doubled up on shots. Hold on, I hear my kitty crying. Okay, come here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was crying. Okay, so let's see other things that I remember. When Desert Storm, does any of you guys out there remember Desert Storm back in the day? The first Gulf War? That was interesting. That was my first time Pops had to leave and I got exposed to what war was, and I'd say so I was 90, 91-ish, so 5 or 6 years old. And that was the first time I started learning about what war was. And I understood what was going on. And it wasn't like it was something I couldn't grasp. But I remember that back then, you gotta remember there was like no internet or anything like that, so I didn't talk to my dad almost the whole time he was gone. I think it was like 6 or 7 months. But they did take a video camera over there, and they made a VHS tape, and they mailed it back to the company, and I remember it was the night, something, I don't remember what night it was, but we all met at this rec center, and they put the tape in, and you could, we all got to sit there and watch everyone say, hi, hey, from the desert in Saudi Arabia, and stuff like that. And then we all got to take turns, and they had a camera, and they videotaped us, and they all sent the tape back so all the guys could watch it once everyone got home, back over there. So that was the first time, so I remember that in great detail. Like, I remember everything about that. Do you guys remember the Gulf War? Well, see, that's why I'm saying, Phil, you just need to find the dose that works for you, or maybe you should get like a CBD or CBA oil and not so much a THC, because there's so many variants on the plants nowadays, and there's so many different stuff. Like CBD oil is completely legal here. It has no like high effect, but it helps with my muscular pain, so I take it for my shoulder. Wicked expensive though. Remember a detective that pressed his nose and a Polaroid picture came up out of his pocket. Pressed his nose and a Polaroid... I have no idea. I remember one show we had. I talked to people about it and they never remember. It was called Wienerville, and starring Mark Wiener. And people would get, there was a scene in it, they'd watch all these stupid cartoons and little skits, and there was the Boing Boing Boy, and there was an episode of the Boing Boing Boy where aliens or something like that they came down to Earth to talk to the Boing Boing Boy. Now, the Boing Boing Boy could only go boing boing and make sound effects and stuff like that, so when the aliens landed and he went to greet him, boing boing boing. Now, the aliens who spoke perfect English heard the Boing Boing Boy speaking his boing boing, and they assumed that that's how people on the planet talked, so they responded with boing boing, and it was boing boing to boing boing, boing boing, boing boing boing, and that was that. And then they would like take these people and they would shrink them down, call them wienerized, get them wienerized, and they would shrink them down and they'd have their face in like puppet arms and holding it. And I thought Inspector Gadget as well, but that's very specific to push his nose and a camera popped out. Go Gadget camera. Wow, wowzers. But then they'd have to do these stupid little tasks, try to pick up things and put it in a basket. First to win. If you won, you got, if you lost, you got the silver hot dog. And if you won, you got the golden hot dog and the secret sauce. And they'd slime your head with all the goo. So, Wienerville. Have you ever heard, go online and watch the theory behind Inspector Gadget that the Claw is actually the original Mr. Gadget, and they built Inspector Gadget to replace him, and then that's why he's trying to take him out. That's why he's always kidnapping Penny but never harming her. So yeah. What's some other stuff that was back in the day? Do you remember back when they used to have like the old school wrestling, and it'd be like, in the Thunderdome on Friday, I'm gonna burn your burritos, I'm gonna toast your tacos, I'm gonna fry your fajitas. You know, me and Randy Savage, oh yeah, brother, oh yeah. Hulk, brother, oh yeah. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Coming down to the live at the Georgia Dome. You know what, though, too? I've been talking. A lot of people have asked recently if I was an auctioneer. And I was wondering how you actually get into becoming an auctioneer. Because I can't speak quite fast. This is like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm consciously slowing down my speech. When I'm downtown, I speed it up. Because when people are walking by you, I get about 2 to 3 seconds of interaction time. And in that, I have to get a lot said and done and try to get them to come in. So downtown, some of my spiel will be like, hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Come on into Crazy Town. We got a great band on stage. Absolutely no cover charge. We'd love to have you join us. Come on in. Absolutely. That's right. Family friendly. All ages welcome. Step on in. Step on in. Come on in. Come on. Come in, gentlemen. Absolutely. We'd love to have you. Don't worry about that. Ladies, come on in. We'd love you to join us. Come on here. Crazy Town. We got a great band here on stage. A Lower Broadway band. And they're knocking it out. We're happy to have you. Something along those lines. And then I'm dressed nice and hair's done. And I don't look YouTube. That's a character, too, I put on out there. That's what people want. They want the friendly face, and I shave when I have to go and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, don't worry about those haters. Screw them. But if it wasn't for haters, you wouldn't have fans. Because you know what, though? You know why people hate on people? It's because they want... You know, when your mom and dad used to tell you they're jealous of you, that's why they're picking on you, it's true. It's damn true. It really is. Holmes and Yo-Yo. I'm not familiar with Holmes and Yo-Yo. But it's true, dude. When people are hating on you, it's because they want what you have. They're mad that it's not measuring up like that for them. And they could do it, they just don't have the drive to do it, and they're mad when other people do have the drive. It's the same reason why everybody talk crap about boy bands. It's because they're like, these two, they're just getting girls and running around and fuck them. You know, stuff like that. So, oh well. Holmes and Yo-Yo. Interesting. I remember Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock was good. There was one show, I think it was called The Raccoons, and there was these two brother raccoons, and they lived in a tree, and I do remember they loved peanut butter. And who doesn't love peanut butter? And there was the one episode, the only real episode that I can remember about it there was the bad guy in there had his little piglet henchman, and they were doing a giveaway for a bicycle, and if you bought bags of chips, you got a puzzle piece. If you completed the puzzle, you won the bicycle. And the one brother was obsessed with it and playing the game and trying to win, and he had like 10 of them all complete minus one piece. And what it was is the bad guy was hanging on to one piece that would be the winner that everyone needed, and he wasn't going to, and the little piglets bumped into him, and he dropped it down, and it finally got sent out, and he got into a problem where he had to borrow money from people to buy chips to get the pieces, and eventually he convinced his friends and family to give him enough money to buy one more bag, and he bought it, and it was the piece he needed. The bad guy was chasing him, and he took his brother's and girlfriend's double bicycle, and he rode it to chase him, and he wound up wrecking it, but he got the piece, and he won the bicycle, but he felt so bad about it at the end that he wound up giving away the bicycle to get another tandem bike that's what it was, a tandem bike for them, so he replaced it. And I guess the moral is don't play lottery. Oh man, I got an itch on my back. That's the problem too, is I've got an itch, but my arm, because of the surgery, doesn't really, it's hard to, I do a lot of stuff like this with my arm. I keep my elbow in so that I work from my elbow. but when you get a scratch itch on your back, you can't reach it because you want to go over, but I can't. So what's everybody been up to? What else do you remember? L later, Brad. Okay, Matt Miller, what's something you remember from back in the day? You're just hanging out, being all quiet. It's just Phil and me. Phil and I, excuse me. Where's my English going, huh? Here's another weird fact too, you probably didn't know. I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled through most of all, maybe like minus 3 years of elementary or something like that. The third or fourth grade, I was homeschooled. And you know what? I loved it. I loved it better because I got my work done. I would get up early, knock out my school, get up at like, 4 or 5 in the morning, knock out my school up till like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Then I'd go into work from like 11 to 3 or 4, so it'd be 5 hours. I did that 5 days a week, so I was getting 25, and then I'd work a shift or two on the weekend. Sometimes I would double up on work, so I was working like a full-time job and going to school, and I did that all through college as well. Always had a job and went to school. But homeschooling, loved it, man. By the time all my friends got out of school at like 3 o'clock, I'd be off of work for the day. I've already gone to work, done my school, no homework. If I got a day off or something like that, or I was working a double on a weekend, so I'd like 10 hours on a weekend on Saturday, and then I'd get like 2 days off, work 5 days, something like that. So I could make my hours up, get a few days off. I one time took I wanted to do a field trip for myself, and I was going to study the effects of centrifugal force. So I went to the amusement park. Wrote a paper while I was there, doing everything, but just wrote a little paper about centrifugal force and how it pushes you out. What is my job now? Right now, I really don't have a job. I'm doing I kind of do have a job. I work for a record company in Nashville. I'm a general manager of promotions and marketing and media. But it's kind of like a part-time gig. But we're getting ready to drop a new single. What was my jobs in the past? Let's see, I've been a greenkeeper, I've worked at a pizza restaurant, I've been a soldier, I've been a mechanic, I worked at U-Haul, I've been a generator mechanic in the military, I worked at a phone center, I worked at Kmart, which is a shopping place. I've done security for race NASCAR in the Busch Series. When I was in Iraq, I also did a delivery service. So I was doing a delivery service, and I sold Red Bull on the side. So I was making extra money doing that. The delivery service was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Cost of the item plus $2, and I would bring you whatever you wanted to your room. Go to the PX for people, go to the store in Iraq and pick up stuff, and then I'd buy a case of Red Bull. Buy the case of Red Bull, it was like $25 in a case, and I was paying like $3 a piece, so about $75, and I was charging people $5 a piece. So I'd make $2 of profit, which was about on 25, so I'd make $50 a case. And what I would do was I would put them in my fridge. I had a fridge in Iraq, a little mini fridge, and I would load it up with Red Bull, get it nice and cold Red Bull, and then I would put about 6 or 7 in my bag. And I'd come out to guard mount, and guard mount is where everyone meets up before we get into the trucks to go to work, and we go over assignments of where everyone's going to be. And skills or qualifications in the past. Working as a technician, I graduated with my degree in automotive and diesel technologies. So I've worked as a automotive and diesel technician. That does require some skill. As a generator technician, I worked on generators as large as 600,000 volts, so 6K, 600K. So I have electrical and wiring experience. Honestly, that's what my job was, is I was a technician, an automotive and technician. And when my arm got hurt and I can't do that anymore, I just moved to other skills. But I can do anything. Right now, the skill I would say I'm using for the job that I do in Nashville is my ability to talk to people. I don't like people, and I have no desire to really hang out with a lot of people, but I can talk to them. If you want me to talk to them and you tell me that's what you need me to do, I can do it. And I'm really good at it. But, yeah, I do a little bit of everything, man. Do a little bit of everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's me. I would love to brush up on my carpentry skills. I'm no good at carpentry. Nope. But, what else? Alright, so I was making $50 a case on the Red Bull. And what I would do was, if people didn't have money, I would take I had a piece of, a notebook, a little book I carried with me. And I would just write your name down. So what I do is, like I said, guard mount, everyone's where you get your job assignments and everything. And I come out there and I drink a Red Bull. And people, oh man, I could use a Red Bull. Thanks, Phil. So they tell me, like, yeah, I could use a Red Bull. And I'd be like, well, you know, I can sell you one for $5. $5? But they're only $3 at the PX. I'm like, well, you're welcome to go to the PX and get one. I don't have time. That's why it's $5. Okay, well, I don't have any money on me right now. Well, that's okay. I'll put your name down in the book. You know, person's name owes me $5. Hey, sign right under that. Hey, Sergeant, you saw that? Yeah, okay, he owes me $5. And we're done. When you get your $5, give me one. Give it back, you know, hook me up. And I would do that, and like I said, I'd bring about 6 or 7 with me, sell those, so that'd make me a quick $30, and I was off to the races. And so between making $50 a case on the Red Bull and the delivery service, and like guys, I'd come back with like 3 or 4 bags of stuff for different people, and I'd carry like 5 or 6 pizzas. You know, 5 or 6 pizzas. It was like $15 for a pizza. Most people would just give me a 20 and say keep the change, or grab me a Coke and keep the change, which would be like $4, $3. So I'd do that with like 5, 6, 7 pizzas. So that's another $15, $20 plus random items here, there, the random item plus $2. You know, if somebody wanted 3 or 4 items, I'd be like, okay, how much is it? This stuff's cost $10. Well, all right, well, give me a 20 and that'll cover it. $2 an item. You're getting 5 items, $2 an item. Give me a 20 and I'll bring it to you. Okay, whatever. People didn't care. They were lazy. So I didn't mind. I had nothing better to do. Made a little extra scratch. Stop. Just realized everyone's back there watching you. Just go to town. Come on. So yeah. Okay, so what's some other stuff? Tell me about some stories you guys remember. Who's all watching this feed still? Who's hanging with us? I know we got Phil. Miller, you still around, buddy? And whoever Mr. Number 3 is, you know, you haven't said anything. Jump in there. Come here. You're a good girl. This is Butter, by the way. There. There you go. Now you're good. Oh, what's up there, buddy? How you doing, man? Glad you were able to stop by. So what we're talking about things that we remember. What's some of the stuff you guys remember from back when you were a kid? Let's see if we all can remember. Sub, you haven't jumped in and given us one yet. Phil gave us Hootie and the Blowfish or something like that. And I was talking about Island City, and I think we touched on a little Inspector Gadget and other such fun things. It was like Jabba the Hutt when Princess Leia was strangling. Oh, there, sit there, Solo. Oh, oh. Ah, 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 ah. Sorry. Who doesn't love Star Wars though, you know, right? Star Wars is awesome. It's time for Star Wars to come out. Who doesn't love Star Wars? I know I do. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, very nice. I'm not a huge master of many languages, but I speak none fluent, but I understand a lot. I pick up on languages very well. I love languages. But that's awesome. Good stuff. See, I spent all of my 20s in the Army, but I'll tell you what, here's a skill I can do. I can shoot you at 500 meters. Oh wow, look at you. Now that's impressive. I've always been impressed by people like that with technology. But I can ruck march 15 miles with a 100-pound ruck. Or 15 kilometers with a 100-pound ruck. I can also, they made us do in basic training, they don't tell you about this in our military when you join up. So there's a part where you have to do this. You're going to do a 15K ruck march again with the 100-pound ruck. And they don't tell you about this. Oh man, thank you so much, Swap. I appreciate it. And so what you do is there's an exercise. So you're going to do a week in the field. So you're going to live it outside in the woods for a week. And then you're going to pack everything up and you're going to walk back to your barracks, right? And you do a 15K, as I said, but you start walking at around 8 in the morning. It takes quite a bit to walk that far, 11-mile walk. And then what they do is once you get to a certain distance, they have you stop. Everyone strips off your heavy gear because that's what you do in combat, is you walk with all your gear, and then when you get ready to fight the enemy, you take off all your excess stuff, so you're left with just your ammo, your weapon, and your body armor. And then they walked us over to an area where we had to lay down, and they had the razor wire above us, and you're crawling under the razor wire, and then they start shooting real bullets over your head. Now, they were high up enough that I wasn't worried about it, and they kept telling us, don't stand up or you'll get hit, they're going to be close. And I was like, nah, I don't think so, so I'm going to take a look. So what I did is I'm crawling, I'm looking, and I'm watching the tracers, and I'd say they were about 4 or 5 feet above our head, so even if I had stood up, I don't think it would have really nicked me. But kept crawling, then they started setting off the C4 pits. And what it was is they had these pits, and they'd fire a flare, and they would how long have I been doing YouTube professionally? I wouldn't say I do YouTube professionally because, you know, I'm not. I don't make a whole lot on here, and I don't earn a lot. So I'd say I've been really solid about doing YouTube about maybe a year and a half, 2 years tops. But I've been on YouTube since 2012. But I really didn't keep up with it. You can go back and watch all the old videos. Go way back and watch some of the old videos, and you can see how bad it was. And mostly it was just stuff I'd collected. But, so they fire the flares over your head, and when they fire a flare, you're told to stop moving. And then when the flare went out, that's when they set off a C4 pit. And I learned this. I was watching the pattern. It was gunfire, flare, stop crawling, wait for the C4 pit to go off, badoom, back to crawling. And at one point, too, I do remember I was crawling, I saw the flare go off, they said, you know, stop for the flare. I turned my head over, and I was, like, literally up against one of the C4 pits, and I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be bad. And I turned my head back, and I remember hearing the C4 go off, badoosh! And me, the whole ground, all the little rocks around me, we all lifted up just a little bit, suspended in the air, popped back down, and it was whoosh, right back to crawling. But it was a lot of fun. They called that the Nick at Night exercise. And then the idea again is, and then you pick up your gear and you keep finishing up the rest of the march. And the idea is that march, fight, win, continue on. Very German World War II kind of style of training, I would think. But that was a fun exercise. I enjoyed doing that. I loved going to the field because that my job in the military, that was when I really got to do my job. And when we deployed, my job was one of the most important jobs. And everyone in the military has a very important job, don't get me wrong. But in a modern military, when you go out somewhere and you're setting up a base, power is the most essential thing you have. And you know, you could use your vehicles for power if you're just moving like that, as long as you got the fuel truck and you're good to go. But for a base establishment, like our BDOC, which is our Battle Command Center, had to have constant power up and going all the time. So that was vital. Then comforts that people needed, hot food, warm showers if you can get them, if there was enough water. All needs power. Power. So my job was very important. I worked a lot in Afghanistan. I was doing 20-hour days for 96 days straight. It was retarded. I remember there was one night I was working with, it was around 1 in the morning or so, and I'd already been up since 5 working on generators, 5 a.m., 0500. And we still had this generator had to be done. So I told my sergeant to let the privates go because we'd been there so late, and we still had to get up the next morning to do this again. And it's 1 in the morning, we got to be up in 4 hours. So I told him, I was like, let the privates go and we'll keep working. He was like, all right. So we sent the privates home. Everyone who was lower ranking than me, it was my sergeant, the E5, and myself, the E4, and we had two private first classes, PFCs. So I was like, you guys get out of here, we'll keep working. We worked another 2 hours till 3 a.m. and we finally had to stop when I was holding 2 wires and I'm trying to look at them and I couldn't see what color they were. My life sounds so cool. Not really, dude. I've done interesting things and I've got to see some interesting stuff, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it was cool. It's different. It's definitely a different. I guess I can't say different. I don't know. It's just my life. I've got tons of stories like that. I've done a little bit of everything. I'll let you guys in. I used to be a tap dancer. Yeah. I've won a few awards for tap dancing. But that was just something I did as a kid, and I don't do that anymore. I still got my tap shoes. They're right over there in the closet. Really expensive tap shoes. That's why I never got rid of them. I think they were like $350 at the time when I bought them, and they're expensive custom tap shoes. They look like a tennis shoe. You wouldn't tell the difference. And at the time, they were like some of the top of the line taps available. They were called Teltone 2s, and really cool. I've flown airplanes, small little tiny airplanes, Cessnas and stuff like that. Did about 10 hours towards my private pilot's license when I was 14 or 15, and that just another thing I stopped doing. What was really cool in Iraq is my buddy, my best friend in the entire world. He was my we drove what was called a 113. If you guys want to know exactly what that, make a video doing what, bud? Tap dancing? No. I'm not gonna tap dance anymore. Those days are long gone. It wouldn't be fun. You guys don't want to see that anyway, trust me. See, I wasn't just like one of those like a Scooby-Doo boop 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 kind of tap dancer. We did choreography tap dance, so that's not the style I would dance in. But maybe someday I'll get the shoes out and maybe I'll throw them on and bust out a little tap. When I used to do tap dancing very seriously, if I was bored standing somewhere, I would be doing taps. Like right in place where I was, just to stay warm. I used to go. I went to New York to go take dance lessons from some very famous dance instructors. Britney Spears' choreographer, I took dance lessons from him. NSYNC's dance choreographer, took lessons from him. Because I was in New York right before the towers went down, 3 months before the towers went down. I've got a picture of them from Liberty Island. I was there taking lessons. I've been to about 35 of the 50 United States, which is pretty good. I've been to Ireland, Germany, Mexico, Romania, Kyrgyzstan, Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan, yeah, that's where I've been. Maybe I'll see. Maybe one day I'll bust out the old tap shoes and we'll get a little soft shoe going. How about that? I think I have some videos from when I was a kid and I used to perform. If you go onto my my Facebook channel or my Instagram, I've got a picture with a couple of my dance partners, and I didn't realize, man, but they were real pretty, but the outfits they were wearing and the way they were standing was making their butts stick out really far, and I didn't realize that I've got this shit-eating grin on my face, like, both my hands are on their butts. I was a lower back guy, even from a kid, so it's pretty funny. You know, Brad and I, we've talked about this, and don't get me wrong, we're coming up with what we need to do to make this happen. I know I'm very excited if it could go down. I think it could, and it can. We're gonna wait and see, though. It's gonna be a little bit. A few months would need time for planning to do this, as someone has said to me, to do it right, mate. So, you know, Brad also has a family too, so these are things that we have to consider. But it can be done. It can be done. I know I'd like to, so make sure... here's the best way. If you would like for me and Brad to meet, go onto Brad's YouTube videos, hit that share button a lot, tell your friends, hey, blah, 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 blah. Go to my YouTube channel, hit that share, like, subscribe button for all. You know, the more you guys put out, if that's what you guys want to see, put out a video on your at your schools, at your Facebook, on your Twitter, your Instagrams. Hey, I want these guys to meet. We got to get them a bunch of views. Just putting it out over your social media and telling your friends about it and tagging your people into it, that'll let us know that this is what you guys want, and then we can make it happen. I think that's what's great about YouTube, is if that you guys really want to see something like that, me and Brad mash up, you can make it happen. You guys are the ones who have it in control to make that happen. You know how to do it. It doesn't cost you anything. You see, that would be cool too, because if I came over to the UK, which I can get my passport, I just have to I just got to get a copy of my birth certificate again. So I wasn't born in America, so yeah, I have to go through the State Department. See, I said the same thing. I had no idea he was serious and that was really Brad's dad. So that's cool though, right? It's a good ship. Lollipop, it's like taking a trip to the candy store. Ha! You thought I was gonna say shop. No, 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 I didn't. I went the other way. I flipped it. Ha. Do you remember? That's a good song. Yeah. My neighbors are probably like, what the hell? I got my door open, the back porch. Do you remember? I think that might have been Michael. Was that Michael Jackson? I don't know. It could have been. Bang 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 bang. Anywho, Scooby-Doo. Well, that's fine. You know, it's good. Like I said, either way, if I came there or people come here, It's going to take a little bit of time to plan this out, and like I said, you guys have the power to make it happen. Your sharing, your liking, your subscribing is how it gets done. That lets me know that you're enjoying the content. I know people are going to enjoy some of the stuff Brad puts out. He puts out some amazing videos. He's got some really good editing stuff he puts into it. Mine's kind of lazier YouTubing. It reflects who I am. I come up with an idea. Do I want to go with it? Yes, no, bam, put it out. Let's see what it does. That's a lot of the way I do my YouTubing. I like a lot of hit and miss. So yeah. Oh yeah, Phil, you're gonna be off the, you may be Brad's dad, but you're gonna be off the rocker. You guys guess what time it is? Can you guess what time it is? Yep, it's going behind the veil time. The veil of secrecy. And we're back. Ah. You know what, man? Don't give up on making YouTube videos. Why would you want to give up on making YouTube? You know what, dude? I almost gave up. What's really funny is I was just about to give up on YouTube. I swear to God. And I was like, man, I'm so tired of this. It's not working out. I've been on YouTube for years. Nothing's happening. And Brad got on there and he actually called me. He's like, man, don't give up on it, blah, blah, blah. Keep it going. You got it. And there was a storm rolling in. I was like, I think I'm going to video the storm. Which I'm going to be doing again Sunday night. We're going to have a storm. The weather says it's going to be nice and gnarly, so we'll be videoing the storm live. Coming at you guys Sunday night with it. Magnet fishing again. Well, I just got my new one in. So we're going Tuesday to do magnet fishing. So I will shoot the video Tuesday and have it up. So there'll be a new magnet fishing for you guys to go watch. And we're going to try to recover the other magnet that's still down there that I lost. So, new magnets in, my rope, she's got her rope. We're going to go get her magnet. And we'll be off magnet. So Tuesday. So we got lots of stuff planned. Very excited about that. But yeah, just as I was getting ready to say, you know what, I gave up on YouTube, I posted that live feed of the storm, and it took off, just like that. And I was like, what? And all of a sudden, I was getting subscribers, and I was like, this is awesome, this is amazing. And it gave me a big confidence boost, and it gave me the drive to want to do more videos. And I've been doing a lot of live feeds, and I'm really feeling like that's the way I like to go. I like to do live feeds, because when I do my other videos, I'm doing a lot of cuts, and I don't feel like I'm getting it right. Yeah, I'm going to. It seems like, though, they may have put some glue on it, but I'm going to put some super glue on the bottom just to seal it. So I'm going to super glue the bottom of the bolt, and that should lock it up, and will be gravy. Oh, thanks, man. I'm hoping it's going to be a great time, so hopefully you'll join us for the weather. Just keep an eye on Tennessee when you see the storm over Tennessee. If you'll notice in Tennessee, I'm going to give you guys a little hint. Not exactly where I am, but a little hint. If you're looking at the shape of Tennessee, on the very top, you'll see there's a line going across Tennessee, and then there's a little hump. Just this little nick. Little nick. I'm very, very close to that little nick. So, if you go onto your weather channel and you see that little nick coming in, as long as it's not a Monday or a Wednesday, because that's when I'm downtown in Nashville, I will be live covering that storm. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Without a doubt. Because I'm hoping that we get some either A, good lightning, B, tornado, C, hail, which we have gotten hail on earlier storm videos, or D, all of the above. And, yeah, so very excited about the storm coming up, very excited about magnet fishing. I was actually enjoying it, and I was terribly disappointed that I lost it. However, it's a great video. I think it's funny that I lost it. That was in no way scripted whatsoever. I couldn't have planned that. I knew I was in trouble as soon as it went. I saw it in slow motion. And then it was in the water, and I was done. So, yeah. It was heart-wrenching. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't believe myself. But, so like I said, we got the weather coming up later. I am going to tune into the hockey game soon and watch that. But I'll probably be back live later on. I don't know, we might do a retro gaming video. But, I don't know. We might. I might go live again tonight. I don't know. I'm up all night. What's today? Saturday? Yeah. So, I'm up all night anyway. I got nothing else to do. So, we're probably going to definitely go live again. Oh, I'm sure I'm going to get it back. And the nice thing is I have on video, I counted the rungs on the dock of where it was. So, I'm going to line up in that general area. And as long as I drag that, just bob it for a while, I'm bound to pick it up. And I'll tell you what, I'm not leaving until I get it back. And I'm going to set the camera up and I will record it. So when I find it, I will be finding it for the first time genuinely. And I'm very excited about that. And I wonder if it's collected anything since it's been down there. Wouldn't it be cool if I brought it up and there was something on it, like something cool on it? That would be pretty dope. Hey, Lois. No, Peter. I gotta stop bathing during Peter's shenanigans. Alright. Hey, Meg, you 18 yet? Nope. Alright. How old are you, sub? Yeah, and that's what I did. I'm 4 rungs out on the thing, and it's in between the two, and I can remember right where it dropped, and it's that current there isn't super fast on that side, so I would imagine it went down maybe a little bit upstream a tad, but I'm just going to drag back and forth, and I should be able to find it. You know, I'd love to do it live, but my phone has unlimited data. So, I could do it live, but the problem is that I don't get good connection by the river, and I don't want to have it jumpy, which it's done before. Oh, okay, bud. Cool, man. Don't be in a hurry to grow up, dude. Stay 16 as long as you can. That's the age where it's at. Phil will tell you, he knows. That's the age to stay, dude. 16, 17 years old was the beast. I had a lot of bad shit happen to me at the age of 16, but a lot of good shit happened to me at the age of 16. So yup. Oh yeah, dude. See, you're already giving up on your channel. I wish they'd have had YouTube when I was 16. Dude, I was doing like the Jackass guys. When Jackass first came out, I'm watching that and I'm like, "What? You can do that on camera and get paid?" We've been doing this shit for years. And then YouTube comes out. I'm like, man, I've been doing stupid videos for years on computers and stuff like that. And just saving videos and setting up dumb skits and stuff like I do on my channel. This is nothing new. This is just me being me. And putting it on camera is nothing new either. I was always walking around with a camera when I was in the army too, and people were always picking on me. What, are you taking pictures of videos? And now I have pictures of like tons of people, and you know, Veterans Day will pop up and I'll post tons of pictures for everybody and tag them in it. And they're like, oh wow man, hey, I didn't even have a single photo of myself from there. I can't believe you did. And I was like, yeah, you remember me walking around with the camera and you're always talking shit? Thanks so much for stopping in, sub. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to jump off of here, too. I want to watch some of the hockey game. We've been broadcasting for about an hour, coming up on an hour now. And I really appreciate everyone stopping in to enjoy. It's been a lot of fun. Talking about just things we remember. You know, this has been a great time, great convo. I hope you guys have been enjoying these. Make sure you hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Share it on all your social media. That helps me out more than you can ever imagine. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. You guys have been great. All the support. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Your views keep me going. It's my Jew fuel. You know, this keeps, when I know you guys watch and you enjoy the videos and you're hitting the channels and you're hitting that share button and you're watching some of the old stuff too, that lets me know. Oh, right? There's all kinds of stuff like that. I used to do crazy stuff. Kids have no idea how good they've got it. No idea. You guys, if you don't know, go to Phil Off His Tree, P-H-I-L-L, sorry Philip, and Phil Off His Tree, O-F-F, His Tree. If you can't spell that, don't worry about it. You probably shouldn't be watching the channel anyway. But, you know, we're going to go over to Philip's, sorry Philip, kill Philip, and then we're going to go to the Winchester and have ourselves a spoiled beer. But you guys check out his channel as well. He's going to be up and coming. If you're a fan of That's Brad, you're definitely going to be a fan of Phil of His Tree. I'm going to go watch the hockey game now, and let's go Preds, huh? So you guys have a good night. I will be back on tonight. We're going to do another live broadcast later. Phil, I'm sure you won't be awake for it, but that's okay. Guys, thanks so much again. We do appreciate you stopping by and checking out the live feed. If you're watching this at a later time, we also love hanging out with us. Hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've been enjoying this talk time with me, if you will. And we'll keep doing more of these. I love it. Hopefully you do too. So you guys have a great night. And, you know, don't forget, brush your teeth.